Welcome to Bud News in under 5 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I went over the time frame on this horrific saga of continued prejudices. The phrase justice for Sonya has become a rallying cry, not just for her case, but for the larger issue of racial injustice in the justice system. The community's outrage and demand for accountability is a testament to the power of unity and standing up against systemic oppression. It's heartbreaking to think that incidents like Sonya's are not isolated cases, but rather part of a long history of discrimination and violence towards marginalized communities. The fact that these injustices continue to happen in modern times is a sobering reminder that there is still so much work to be done. But amidst all this darkness, there is also hope. More and more people are speaking out against injustice and demanding change. Fury erupts outside the courthouse. The air crackled with anger. The chants of justice for Sonya echoed off the cold, unfeeling stone of the courthouse, a stark contrast to the indifference surrounding her case. When my former boss, Bryant, just stopped by, I shared Sonya's story, hoping for a spark of concern. Instead, his focus shifted back to something trivial, his order. It wasn't surprising, but it served as a bitter reminder of how privilege can often blind people to the struggles of others. For some, empathy takes a back seat to comfort. Sonya deserves better. They all do. A sea of faces, twisted in anguish and fury, filled the square. This wasn't just a protest. It was a gut-wrenching outpouring of grief and rage. The roots of modern policing can be traced back to the establishment of the slave patrols in the early 1700s. The first organized slave patrols emerged in the Carolinas with a clear and brutal purpose to enforce a system of subjugation through terror. These patrols were tasked with suppressing slave revolts and pursuing, capturing, and returning escaped enslaved individuals to their owners, a chilling precursor to systemic inequalities many are fighting to address today. The name Sonya Massey was on everyone's lips, a constant painful reminder of a life unjustly taken. Former Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson, accused of taking an innocent life, has moved one step closer to being released. How can we justify freeing someone who delivered a lethal headshot to a defenseless woman, a victim who was grappling with mental health struggles and the medications that came with them? This decision raises questions about justice, accountability, and the value we place on protecting the vulnerable in our society. The city held its breath. Could justice prevail, or would the system fail them again? The shot that shattered a life, Sonya Massey and Sean Grayson's fatal encounter, a night that forever changed lives, leaving a community in mourning. The incident seared into the city's memory, a tragic event will be talked about for years. The community united in grief. But guess what? No one gives two shits, and that's a fact. Just another ninja dead. A single fatal gunshot. Sonya Massey's life ended on a cold December night. The sound echoed through the streets. Sean Grayson, a former sheriff's deputy, claimed he acted in self-defense, alleging that Sonya lunged at him. However, his account has been met with skepticism considering the circumstances. Witnesses stated that he pointed a gun at her while she was kneeling in her own kitchen, clutching a pot on the stove in an attempt to shield herself. Grayson reportedly said, "I am going to blank you in the head," a chilling statement that underscores the defenselessness of a woman battling mental health challenges in the sanctuary of her home. Now, as Grayson edges closer to freedom, we are left questioning how our justice system could potentially absolve someone accused of such brutality. It raises unsettling implications about the value placed on accountability and the protection of vulnerable individuals. To the advocates for justice, this case highlights a battle that extends far beyond the courtroom, a fight for dignity, empathy, and true equality under the law. Eyewitnesses saw a scared, confused woman posing no threat. Their accounts contradicted the official narrative. They saw Grayson, a protector turned aggressor. The image was hard to reconcile, raising questions about justice. Was this another example of excessive force? The community's pain was palpable, their calls for justice loud and clear. justice delayed. The legal battle over Grayson's release unfolds, capturing the attention of the entire community. The courtroom was electric with tension. Grayson, initially denied release, sat stoically as the appellate court's ruling was read aloud. The air was thick with anticipation. His potential freedom hung in the balance, a stark symbol of a justice system seemingly rigged against the marginalized. The crowd outside waited with bated breath, their faces a mix of hope and despair. The prosecution argued vehemently for strict restrictions, citing the gravity of the crime and the potential threat to public safety. Their words echoed through the tense courtroom. The defense, however, painted Grayson as a reformed white man, a scapegoat in a society quick to judge. They highlighted his efforts to change and the support he had garnered from the community. The judge's impending decision weighed heavily on everyone's mind. The room was silent, every eye fixed on the bench, waiting for the gavel to fall. Would it bring solace to a grieving family, or would it tear open old wounds, leaving the community feeling betrayed and disillusioned? The outcome would resonate far beyond the courtroom walls. A life cut short, Sonya Massey, a woman battling her demons. Her story is one of immense struggle and profound love. Behind the headlines was Sonya, a daughter, a sister, a friend. She was more than just a name in the news. She had dreams, aspirations, and a contagious laugh. Her presence was a gift to those who knew her, but Sonya also battled demons. These were deep, persistent struggles that haunted her daily life. Psych just writing as a news reporter to make her seem demonic is what they do. Sorry, guys, but I'm somewhat upset about this one. Mental illness weighed heavily on her life, turning everyday experiences into battles as she faced a world largely indifferent to her suffering. It became a stark reminder of how easily lies can manipulate the truth, bending reality to serve any narrative. Her family never gave up on her, offering unwavering support and love. They saw beyond the illness, recognizing the beautiful soul within. The tragedy of Sonya's death is a stark reminder of the urgent need for compassion and systemic change. Please subscribe to Bud News for future updates on this horrific saga of injustice per usual.